Hello everyone, my name is Dave Landry. If you want to know a little bit more about me, check out my website, davelandry.com. If you want to know more about my approach to the markets, check out my new book, The Layman's Guide to Trading Stocks. Today we can talk about how to set up my scans in Telecharts. My scans are fairly simple. You could use these same scans in other charting packages. I'm just a big fan of Telechart. In fact, I sent so many people to the company they actually made me a distributor. So see my website for more information on that. Now, I will actually give you my exact scans. The reason I'm willing to do this is because I like to just look at a lot of charts. I think if you want to become a better chart reader, a better stock picker, you should look at a lot of charts. It's analogous to being a musician. If you want to become better as a musician, you should practice your instrument. So if you want to become better as a stock picker, as a chart reader, then by all means look at a lot of charts. Now let's just take a look at the disclaimer screen real quick. If you want to read this in more detail, see my website, davelandry.com. Now let's pop into Telecharts and I'll show you how to set up these scans. The first scan I'm going to show you how to set up is volatility. And volatility really isn't so much a scan as it is a sort. I like to sort stocks by volatility, so I see the more volatile stocks versus the less volatile stocks. Don't get too caught up in the math on this. If you do want to know more about historical volatility, see my books. Basically, we're just looking to rank the stocks again by volatility. If one stock has a higher volatility ranking than the other, that stock is more volatile than the other. The other useful thing about HV is it can be used as a gauge for beta. In other words, you can compare the volatility of a stock to the overall market. Now, before I digress too far, let me show you how to load this up. Hit Control A, and this is just a simple notepad file. Email me if you need the formula. And then hit Control C as in Charlie. That's going to copy it to your clipboard. Now, come over here and click on Symbol in your watch list. Click on PCFs. And then click on, I'm sorry, I said Symbol. Click on Sorted By. Then click on the little new window in here. And then type in a name, something you'll remember, like 50-day HV, so you know what it is. Click on OK, and then click, I already have one of those, so let's just name it something else, 50-day, how about dash HV, and click on OK, and click anywhere in the window and hit Control V as in victory, or you could use your paste function. Now let's go ahead and test this, see if it works, and it worked. We see for the SPY we have an HV of 17.26. So we're going to go ahead and save this. Now, before any formula can be used, notice it says not calculated. You have to come up to Databank, Personal Criteria Formulas, and you have to compile them by hitting Update All Criteria. Now, the other thing you can do, and this is what I do, is I just set the parameters for your updates to update the PCFs anytime you make a fresh download. The next scan I'm going to set up is my Tradable Universe, and in this one, again, don't worry about the math, but all I'm looking for is an average volume for 30 days greater than 400,000 and a close greater than 1. Now, you can come in here and tweak these parameters to your liking. In fact, I do just that. Years ago, I focused more on higher price stocks, so this number was obviously a little higher than 1. But right now, I just had it set to 1 to weed out the penny stocks. If I hit Control C, that's going to copy that after highlighting it, or just hit Control A to highlight all, and then Control C, that will copy it. Come over here, sorted by, click on PCFs, add a new PCF, and I'm just going to call it Tradable U. And I'm going to go ahead and put in my parameters, 400K plus close greater than 1, okay, or I should say and close greater than 1 there, just so I know what it is in case I want to run more than one of those. And I'm just going to paste that formula in here. We tested it. We see for the spiders, obviously, yes, it is true for the spiders. This one's a true false. It does not return a number. Now we're going to go ahead and save that one. And we got one more to set up. We're going to set up the pullback scan now, so let's pull that up. There it is. And this one I call PB 400K plus. I'm looking for a pullback with over 400K. I do have a simplified pullback scan that someone had written for me that's in the club, but this is the one that I originally wrote, and it's sort of like if it's not broke, don't fix it. So I can tell you to use my original one, but if you do want a simplified version, especially if you're trying to translate this into some other charting package, then by all means shoot me an email. But same sort of deal there. Control A, Control C, and that's going to put it in the clipboard. And then we're going to add a new PCF. Quite simple. Add right there, new PCF. We'll call it PB / 400K. And click OK. And we're going to click in here and then Control V as in victory, or just hit your paste key. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to test it. And it's actually going to test true on the SPY because they recently made a new high and have pulled back from that. I'm not necessarily judging the pullback. It's just a pullback based on these loose parameters. It's only looking for a 20-day high, a 20-day low, and the average volume for 50 days would be greater than 400K. So we'll go ahead and save that. Okay, that's it. That's how I set my scans up. If you want to see them in action, two things. One, check out the other video right here on YouTube. And two, see the webinars on my website. And there's a 1 hour of video on scanning on my website. So after you check all that out, if you still have questions, shoot me an email at dave@davelandry.com. And don't forget to buy the Layman's Guide to Trading Stocks. Thank you.